My name is James Mustard. Me llamo Diego Mostaza, and soy de Tucson. I am from Tucson, Arizona. I would describe the border in 3 words: diversity, history, and politics. For several years, I worked in Naco, Sonora at the migrant shelter, and that was the first opportunity I have to learn about the plight of migrants here along the U.S.-Mexico border, and to begin to understand a lot of the issues with immigration. Before, I was constantly being force-fed a one-sided narrative. We just want to keep the migrants out. We're afraid of them. We don't know if they're criminals, all this. But working at the migrant center, I realized a lot of the people that came here and crossed the border without papers, without visas, were actually hard-working, honest people. And a lot of them had family here in the United States already. And they work a lot of jobs, more than just working as field workers. They work in hotels, they work in restaurants. Learning from them, I realized that in Mexico, they have a lot of the economic and political problems that drove a lot of these people to trying to find work in the United States. And a lot of that occurred because of U.S. policy. This piece that I have here illustrates our involvement in Latin America in the 70s and 80s when the United States took part in civil wars. And those civil wars were again, fighting communism, were pushing United States and government agenda. And the people that we allied with in Latin America were not the best people to ally with. They figured they were the less of the 2 evils against, the communists, the Sandinistas, the Cubans and such. Our involvement led to bloody civil wars in Guatemala and El Salvador, and this is something that's always affected me deeply. I believe that it's the responsibility of the United States government to at least try to set us on a path of reconciliation where we have kind of like a Marshall Plan or a partnership when it comes to Latin America, that we don't use the Monroe Doctrine, but instead we just form alliances. As it becomes an issue for us, it's also an issue for them. If they're losing their workforce, if they're losing some of their best and brightest people, who's going to be left? My name is James Mustard, and I will be exhibiting my work at the Borderland Reflections Art Show in Douglas, Arizona, November 8th. I hope to see you there. Thank you.